Germany is one of the safest countries on the planet, but that does not mean every corner of it is perfect. There are places where tourists lose thousands of euros to scams they never saw coming. Places where even locals warn you to stay away after dark. Neighborhoods where your rental car will be broken into within the first hour. And tourist traps so overpriced and disappointing that visiting them is basically setting your money on fire. Now, I'm not trying to scare you away from Germany. Germany is incredible, and I have built an entire channel proving that. But every country has places that deserve a warning label. And today, I am giving you 12 of them, so you can skip the disasters and spend your time and money where Germany actually delivers. Let us get into it. At number 12, the Bahnhofsviertel district in Frankfurt am Main. Frankfurt's main train station area. Sounds convenient, right? Stay near the station and walk everywhere. That is what thousands of tourists think every year. And that is exactly how they end up in one of Germany's most notorious neighborhoods. The Bahnhofsviertel is Frankfurt's red light and drug district. Open drug use is visible on multiple streets in broad daylight. Heroin and crack consumption happens openly near Taunustrage and Elbis. Aggressive solicitation from dealers is common, especially after dark. Pickpocketing rates in this district are among the highest in Germany. Now here is the important context. Frankfurt itself is a fantastic city. The skyline is stunning. The museums along the main river are world-class. The apple wine taverns in Sachsenhausen are unforgettable. But staying in a hotel directly around the Hauptbahnhof is a mistake tourists make because they do not know better. Stay in Sachsenhausen or Nordend instead. Enjoy Frankfurt properly. Just know that the station district after sunset is not the Frankfurt you came to see. At number 11, Reeperbahn in Hamburg, 3 a.m. Now, before Hamburg fans attack me, let me be clear. The Reeperbahn in the evening is genuinely fun. It is one of Europe's most famous entertainment streets. The Beatles played here before they were famous. The energy at 10 p.m. is electric, but the Reeperbahn at 3 a.m. is a completely different place. This is when the aggressive scams kick in. Overpriced drinks that suddenly cost 200 euros because you did not read the fine print. Clip joints, where a single round of drinks generates a bill exceeding 500 euros. Bouncers, who physically block the door until you pay. Stolen wallets and phones spike dramatically after 2 a.m. Fights break out with alarming regularity, and the side streets off the main Reeperbahn become genuinely unsafe. Enjoy the Reeperbahn. Visit it. Experience it. But leave by midnight. That is the advice every Hamburg local will give you. After 3 a.m., you are not a tourist having fun. You are a target. At number 10, Alexanderplatz in Berlin. One of Berlin's most famous landmarks. Every guidebook tells you to visit. And technically, you should see it once. But Alexanderplatz is also Berlin's pickpocketing epicenter. Organized groups operate here daily, targeting tourists with cameras and backpacks. The distraction techniques are professional. Someone bumps into you from the front while a partner empties your back pocket from behind. Someone asks you to sign a petition while another person unzips your bag. Someone spills something on your jacket and helpfully tries to clean it while removing your wallet. These are not random opportunists. These are trained professionals who do this 8 hours a day. Berlin police report more theft incidents at Alexanderplatz than almost any other single location in Germany. Visit Alexanderplatz if you want. Take your photo of the TV tower, but keep your valuables in a front pocket with a zipper. Do not stop for petition signers! Do not engage with strangers who approach you unsolicited. And never put your phone on a restaurant table near the square. It will disappear faster than your coffee arrives. Now those first 3 were about safety, but the places I am about to reveal are dangerous for a different reason. They are dangerous to your wallet. These are the tourist traps that extract maximum money for minimum value. If this is saving you from making expensive mistakes, hit subscribe because I cover Germany deeper than any other channel. Let us continue. At number 9, the Hofbräuhaus in Munich during peak tourist season. Yes, I said it. Germany's most famous beer hall is on the avoid list. Now, the Hofbräuhaus is historically significant. It has operated since 1589. The architecture is beautiful. If you visit at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday in February, it can actually be enjoyable. But during summer peak season, it transforms into an overcrowded, overpriced tourist factory. Beer prices are 30 to 50% higher than equally authentic beer halls just streets away. The food is mass-produced cafeteria quality at premium restaurant prices. The crowds are so dense you cannot move. The noise level makes conversation impossible. And you are surrounded entirely by other tourists. Not a single local in sight. Instead, walk 10 minutes to Augustener Keller or visit any neighborhood beer garden away from the tourist center. You will pay less for better beer, better food, in an atmosphere that actually feels Bavarian rather than manufactured. At number 8, Checkpoint Charlie in Berlin. This is the single most overrated tourist attraction in Germany. The famous border crossing between East and West Berlin. Historically monumental, in reality, deeply disappointing. The actual checkpoint is a reconstruction. The original was removed in 1990. What remains is a fake guardhouse surrounded by souvenir shops selling overpriced pieces of concrete claiming to be Berlin Wall fragments. Most of those fragments are fake. Actors dressed as soldiers charge €5 for a photograph. The surrounding restaurants are tourist trap establishments charging Berlin premium prices for below-average food. The real Berlin Wall history is far better experienced at the East Side Gallery, which is free. Or at the Berlin Wall Memorial on Bernauer Straße, which is free and genuinely moving. Or at the Stasi Museum, which costs just €8 and will leave you genuinely shaken. Skip Checkpoint Charlie. It is a gift shop pretending to be history. At number 7, Neuschwanstein Castle during July and August. Germany's fairy tale castle. The inspiration for Disney's Sleeping Beauty castle, one of the most photographed buildings in Europe. And during peak summer, an absolute nightmare to visit. Up to 10,000 visitors per day during July and August. Ticket queues of 2 to 3 hours in the sun. The interior tour lasts exactly 30 minutes. You are herded through rooms in a group of 60 people. You cannot stop or linger. Photography inside is forbidden. Parking is a disaster with waits exceeding 1 hour. The restaurants nearby charge 15 euros for a basic broth. Now, the castle is genuinely beautiful from the outside. The surrounding landscape is spectacular. But visit in October or November instead, or even January when snow covers the mountains. The crowds disappear. Tickets are available immediately. The experience transforms from stressful to magical. Same castle, completely different experience. Timing is everything. At number 6, Cologne's shopping streets directly around the Dom. Cologne Cathedral is breathtaking, a genuine masterpiece of Gothic architecture. It is free to enter and absolutely worth visiting. But the shopping streets immediately surrounding it are a tourist extraction zone. Souvenir shops selling identical mass-produced items at triple the normal price. Restaurants with picture menus that exist solely to catch tourists walking from the cathedral. Mediocre food at extraordinary prices. A schnitzel that costs 8 euros in a local neighborhood restaurant costs 22 euros within sight of the Dom. The same cloche beer that costs 1.80 euros in a traditional Brauhaus costs 5 euros in the tourist zone. Walk 15 minutes in any direction from the cathedral and prices drop by 60% while quality doubles. Visit the Dom. Absolutely. Then leave its immediate radius for everything else. We are halfway through, and the next 5 entries get more specific and more important. These are the places that can genuinely ruin a trip if you do not know about them beforehand. If you are planning a Germany trip in 2026, keep watching because this information will save you hundreds of euros and hours of wasted time. At number 5, Sylt Island during German school holidays. Sylt is Germany's most prestigious island in the North Sea. Beautiful beaches, stunning sand dunes, charming thatched roof houses, and the most expensive prices in Germany. A basic hotel room during school holidays costs 250 to 400 euros per night. A simple fish sandwich at a beach stand costs 12 to 15 euros. Parking your car costs 15 to 25 euros per day. A coffee and cake for 2 costs 25 euros. And during Schulferien, the island is so packed that the beaches feel like rush hour subway platforms. Visit Sylt in May or late September instead. Prices drop by 40%! Crowds vanish. And the island reveals why wealthy Germans fell in love with it in the first place. Or skip Sylt entirely and visit Amram or Far instead. Same North Sea beauty, half the price, a fraction of the crowds. At number 4, the Rhine River Cruise Tourist Traps. The Rhine Valley is genuinely beautiful. UNESCO World Heritage status is well deserved. But the heavily marketed one-day tourist cruises are designed to extract maximum money. Onboard drinks at 300% markup, mediocre buffet lunches that cost 35 to 45 euros. Gift shops selling the same souvenirs available on land for half the price. Stops at designated tourist villages, where every shop is oriented toward cruise passengers. Instead, take the regular KD Rhine ferry. It costs a fraction of the price. It stops at the same beautiful towns. You can get on and off wherever you want. You can eat at actual local restaurants instead of cruise ship or better yet, take the regional train along the Rhine. It runs directly beside the river. The views are identical. A day ticket costs under 15 euros. Same Rhine, same castles, same views. 95% less cost. At number 3, the area around Munich Hauptbahnhof at night. Similar to Frankfurt, this district has a concentration of issues after dark. Drug dealing activity has increased significantly in recent years. Aggressive panhandling targets tourists identifiable by luggage. Petty theft spikes between 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. The streets directly south of the station toward Bayer become uncomfortable after midnight. Munich is one of Germany's safest major cities overall. The Altstadt, Schwabing, and Maxvorstadt neighborhoods are beautiful and safe day and night, but the immediate station vicinity after dark requires the same caution you would apply to any major European railway station. Book accommodation in Schwabing or the city center, not directly beside the Hauptbahnhof. At number 2, the Brandenburger Tor Souvenir Zone in Berlin. The Brandenburg Gate itself is magnificent, an iconic symbol of German history. But the 200-meter radius around it is a tourist scam minefield. Fake charity workers asking for donations that go nowhere. Street performers who aggressively demand payment after posing for photos you did not ask for. Overpriced currywurst stands charging €7 for what costs €3 anywhere else in Berlin. Rickshaw drivers who quote €10 and charge 50 at the end. And the most dangerous of all, people dressed as soldiers or bears who place items in your hands and then demand 20 to €50 payment. Walk to the Brandenburg Gate, admire it for 5 minutes. Take your photographs, then walk directly to the nearby Tiergarten Park, which is free, peaceful, and beautiful. Do not engage with anyone selling anything within sight of the gate. At number 1. And this might surprise you, Rothenburg Obi der Tauber during full tourist season. Now hear me out, because I know this is considered Germany's most charming town, and it genuinely is beautiful. The medieval walls are real. The half-timbered houses are stunning. The plan line is one of the most photographed spots in all of Germany. But during peak season from June through August, Rothenburg transforms from a charming medieval town into a theme park without rides. Up to 15,000 day trippers flood a town with just 11,000 residents. The streets become so packed that walking requires shuffling. Every single shop sells identical mass-produced souvenirs. The famous Schneebel pastry is mediocre and overpriced at €4 each. Restaurant prices inflate by 40 to 60% during summer. The tour bus parking lot holds over 100 buses daily. And the most revealing fact of all, by 7 p.m., the town is virtually empty because 90% of visitors are day trippers who leave, which tells you something important. The best version of Rothenburg exists in the early morning and evening when the crowds disappear. Visit in November during the Christmas market when the town has genuine atmosphere. Or visit in February when snow covers the medieval rooftops and you can actually walk the streets in peace. Or better yet, visit Bamberg instead. A UNESCO World Heritage town with the same medieval beauty, but a fraction of the tourist crowds and genuine local life happening year-round. Same fairy tale architecture. Real community. Real prices. Real Germany. So, there you have it. 12 places in Germany you should approach with serious caution or skim entirely in 2026. Now let me be absolutely clear about something. Germany is one of my favorite countries on earth. I have built this entire channel around showing people how incredible Germany is. These 12 places do not define Germany. They are exceptions in a country that is overwhelmingly safe, welcoming, affordable, and beautiful. But knowing where the problems are is just as valuable as knowing where the magic is, because avoiding one, 500 euro. Reeperbahn scam saves you enough money to spend an entire weekend in a beautiful German town instead. And skipping one overcrowded tourist trap frees up a day to discover a hidden village that takes your breath away. Smart travel is not about avoiding countries. It is about avoiding the wrong parts of them. So here is my challenge to you. In the comments, tell me which of these surprised you the most. And tell me your own Germany warning if you have one. I read every single comment, and the best ones might appear in a follow-up video. Subscribe now, because next week I am releasing 12 hidden German towns that will blow your mind. The perfect antidote to today's list, hit like so! This reaches travelers planning their 2026 Germany trip. One video could save them hundreds of euros and days of frustration. Travel smart. Travel informed. And Germany will reward you beyond anything you imagined.